I'm so blessed. I'm so honored, man. Like, hearing it online, seeing people that, like, are covering the song, you know? I like, somebody that came from doing covers of people's music first, to see people now covering it, it's such a beautiful... I don't know, I couldn't be happier.
It's a full circle thing, really, isn't it?
It's the best, man. It's the best. I could not be happier. I just, you know, what a life. Like, we get to do this, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny because you talk about manifestation too, and how you manifested it, and how these different people that you're performing with are on, like, they're on the same journey, they're on the same trajectory, but they're heading there at a different place.
Yeah.
Do you think the manifestation really helps?
I think that I always say this is my motto, like, make more promises. You know what I say? That, like, because if I love you, I'm never gonna lie to you. So I think the more sometimes I just lie through my teeth and I know I'm gonna make it happen. You know, and I don't know if that's just God, the universe, or like manifestation, something's gonna happen, or I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make it happen, and my team's gonna do it. But whatever you do with manifestation, you just claim things. When you walk with faith and intention, whatever you believe in, I feel like just with taking a step with intention and faith is just like, it will happen. It will happen.
You'll get there.
Yeah.
Just talk.
There is the most extraordinary thing, Teddy, because hearing you sing, your voice is so extraordinary and powerful and soulful and gravelly, and it feels like it almost hurts you to sing it, like emotionally and physically. It was the last night of your tour in the UK yesterday. And when you came in this morning, Kat said, God, listen to his voice. He sounds like that voice, that graveliness. Is that something you've cultured, or is that naturally how you've always...
Yeah, well, I mean, I probably started smoking cigarettes or drinking very young, like way too young, you know what I mean? Like, but I think there's a piece of it just from being from the South and kind of growing up with I mean, even today, you can hear after 10 shows in 11 days we've been on, so I'm like already kind of starting to hurt, but I was terrible when we first started, man. I was just talking to my girl yesterday about my best friend Josie, who plays guitar in my band still. Yeah. We were going and playing all the time. Our parents would drop us off at a movie theater, a cinema, and then they'd give us like $20, and instead of going to the movie, we would spend that $20 on what you expect 16-year-olds to spend $20 on, you know, and then like we'd just sit out there and play guitar and sing, and we sucked for so long. Like, we were so bad, dude. I'm telling you, we were so bad. Yeah. And I'm not gonna take away from the gift, though, because I think the gift is like the urgency, like the need, the desire to like want to be good and like to get good. But I did not start out good. Like, nobody starts out knowing what they're doing. Nobody starts out just...
You've got to learn your trade.
You didn't just discover your voice, you know?
But the thing about you is you've always been very truthful. And there's actually something really real about everything that you write about your album, about your new single, The Door. That's a real moment in your life. And I think that's what people really identify and connect with.
And I think for me, that's what's so beautiful about it is that I get to do this job where, you know, there's things that are traumatizing in your life that happen to you and that are awful, and you're able to get their stuff out.
Because the song's about a sort of an abusive relationship that you found yourself in. That was actually sort of very toxic for you, for the partner you were with, and getting out of it was hard as well. We've got a guest coming on in a few moments who has also been in that scenario, in an abusive relationship, and the person in that relationship was sentenced to 20 months, 2-year suspended sentence. There's an amazing honesty about that, sort of having to deal with that, and you've been able to channel it through your music. I wonder how you reflect on that relationship now, because that is something that men face all the time, so being in relationships and getting stuck.
I think like I get to now, like that's The Doors, like the one that we end the show with, and when it comes on, we're all dancing, we're all celebrating, you know, and to celebrate that pain, to celebrate that, like to take something that was so negative in my life and make it a positive affirmation for me, and like to take care of my family with that negativity in my life, and to take like just to recycle the like what was so traumatizing about that, to make it a joyous, like to be able to celebrate pain. It's like such a...
To learn from it, yeah.
And it's so beautiful that we all together at a show get to dance and jump around to like this awful thing that happened and turn it into something so positive. I just like, thank God I have this opportunity.
Yeah.
Well, Thank goodness you did, and thank you for joining us
Yeah,
today.
my privilege.
It's absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much.
Please come back and see us
Please
again.
do.
There's so much more to talk about, including all the tattoos, which I'm absolutely fascinated.
Yeah, got to do it. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and we'll see you in the morning.
Amazing stuff. Congratulations, Sydney.
Thank you so much.
I imagine it probably still feels a little surreal.
Not over it.
No.
It hasn't sunk in. What is my life?
Oh, it's so exciting. Do you remember anything about that moment when they said, because we were talking this morning, they take it down from 11. Like, it's a big moment on the show. I was watching it last night.
That was hideous.
Do you remember?
That was the most scariest thing ever. I was just shaking.
Yeah.
When we all was. Me and Alex were just looking at each other and was like, this is terrible. This is terrible. It's like torture.
But we lost one actor at a time.
I know.
And then at the very end, it got to the two of you. Do you remember anything about that moment at all?
Not really. Not really. I just remember just shutting my eyes and then just punching the air. Like I'd, scored a try at a rugby match. I just couldn't believe my life.
It was an extraordinary show. I think Simon described it as the best Britain's Got Talent final ever.
Oh, my God.
Honestly, sitting at home and watching every single one of the acts that got through to the final was just brilliant and completely compelling.
They were amazing. And the best people as well. I've had so much fun. We have had a cracking laugh, seriously, and they are so good. Because I was last, I was like, no, why am I last? I was like, I've got to sit through it. So I was pacing.
Were you watching it, or were you trying to take yourself away from all of that?
I was watching it. I was clapping. I went in to watch Innocent. Absolutely amazing. Made me sob. But to get me makeup sorted out, I was like, how am I going to go on now? It was so good. Everyone was amazing.
How are the nans doing as well? Are they basking in the glory slightly? I'm imagining that they're loving it.
Oh, my God, they're so proud.
Of course.
They are so proud. I'm so happy that they've been on this journey with me.
Yeah.
How lucky am I to say that?
They'll turn around and say, how lucky are they to have you as their grandkids. When it came to choosing the song for the final, though, I mean, in terms of choosing that song, making sure that was the song you went for, did you have other ones that you were toying with?
It's so difficult because all my efforts went into my way to try and make that the way that it was, and because we created it. And then, really lucky, got through to the final. And then you have 3 days to whip up a song.
Yes.
And BGT helped me, and when they said that version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow, I was like, I can't do that, because that's Lauren Allred's version, and she's my idol. Like, I was like, please, do not get me to sing this song. And then obviously you put your own kiss on it and your own way. And Lauren was so supportive. I got a video from Lauren and I sobbed.
Oh my days.
I couldn't. This is a ride that I don't want to get off of. Seriously, I'm so thrilled with my life right now. I can't believe it.
And it's just the beginning. Like, this is where the journey starts. Like, have you thought about the Royal Variety performance and performing for the King and?
That's amazing. I just want to shake. I just can't believe it. I can't wait. I can't wait, and I'm just so thankful that everyone sees something in me.
Oh, and then some. Do you know when rehearsals or planning for the Royal Variety begins?
I know nothing.
You know nothing?
Don't know anything.
You're still in a bit of a daze.
Yeah.
What about other stuff, though, since you've started this, Sydney? Have you been... Because I know your ultimate goal was always to be in the West End.
Yep.
You've come close. You've done some professional shows along the way here and there, but you've been working as a receptionist. But the chance to do it full-time, have you had any interest from any West End producers or any agents saying, do you know what?
Yep, I've had some interest from some really good agencies, and then it's just picking which one's right for you. But I think I'm hell-bent on an agency, just sorting things out, which is so exciting. And the people that are on their books, I just look at this page and I'm like, am I worthy enough to be on this page of these people? But these people that I've grew up watching, which
Aspire to be alongside.
Yeah, it's miracle.
Yeah.
And I know that, that's the dream and that's the goal. That's what you want to do. But £250,000
Oh, by the way,
as well.
Is it in the bank account yet? Have you checked? Did you go to the cash point last night and just put your card in to see?
No.
That's the first thing I would have done. Where's the money? Come on.
I still can't. It's sort of like it's not even about the money because this is just amazing. But
well, you haven't seen it in your bank account yet.
No, you sort of can't believe it.
What, have you got an idea in what you might? What's the first thing you're going to spend some of the money on?
Yeah.
Do you know?
Not a clue. I loved my singing coach on BGT, Annabelle Williams. She was amazing and got me through that. And I said to her, I was like, I can now afford you once a week. So I said that to her.
So the first thing is booking a load of lessons.
Yeah, absolutely. She's made me, in like 2 months, a better singer than I did when I went to college for 3 years. Do you know, like, she's just amazing and I just love her.
How did you celebrate last night?
Weatherspoons.
You went to you found the closest spoons you could find.
Yes, we needed a pint and we needed it now.
And a cheap pint at that as well.
Absolutely.
You could have gone anywhere more exclusive, but was that the closest pub to the theatre?
Yeah.
Cold and wet.
I love Weatherspoons.
Yeah, who doesn't love a spoon?
Absolutely. It was
There's
amazing.
a reason why they're so popular.
Yeah.
So what happens now, do you know?
Not a clue, and that's the exciting bit about it. And I'm so ready to just throw myself into whatever opportunities there for me that'll have me.
Well, all we've got to say is buckle up because we think you've got very big things coming your way.
I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, we can't wait.
Have you handed in your notice at the gym yet?
My manager messaged me this morning and was like, oh, I guess I should put your shifts on the rota for other people to get cover. Oh. Bless her. I was supposed to go back into work on Tuesday, but I was like, probably, if that's all right.
Yeah, revel in the moment.
If you needed.
Of course, yeah.
Well, look, soak up every single moment of it. You've not been home yet. You're going home after this.
Yes.
So you catch up with the rest of the family and all your friends as well.
Yeah.
That's going to be a real celebration.
Oh, thank you so much for having me on.
Our pleasure.
Well done. Enjoy
Thank you for keeping
every
us
minute.
entertained. I can't wait to see what happens next.
Thanks, Eamonn.
Oh, hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.
We've been singing these tunes all day, haven't we?
Absolute tunes.
Furtado is here, finally.
Hi.
Oh,
So good
to
How
see
are
you.
you?
How are
Really
things?
good to see you. And really good to see that you're back because we missed you.
Thank you. I missed you too.
What did you get up to when you was away?
Lots
Life.
Of, yeah, I have 3 children. My youngest are 6 and 5, and I changed a lot of nappies in that time away and picked popcorn off the floor, as many mums do. And and then
Nice to spend that time away from the industry, though, just to have a little bit.
I do that often. Yeah, I do that often. And I write all my songs, so I need time to come away and just. I've always, I don't know if she's come to mind, but I've always admired Sade. How she kind of just goes poof, and then she goes poof and goes away.
So mysterious,
back.
right?
Yeah.
She just disappears.
Yeah,
and
I just I feel like it's healthy, and it's just time to be human and
also, you need time to just be, don't you?
just be, live,
And when
just
you're
get
bringing
in
up the
touch with your
family,
heart a little bit.
you haven't got time to do anything else, basically.
Yeah. But I'm so passionate about music that when I got back to the studio, and it was kind of like a lost puppy. I just showed up, and then I realized how passionate I am, and I've never loved music more. I'm obsessed. I'm very obsessed.
You did get into the studio, and you got into the studio with your daughter as well, Nevis.
Of course, yeah, she's 20.
And did she influence you as well? Because
Yes.
I know you're on TikTok, and that's got to be Nevis.
She did. She just curated my Tiny Desk NPR performance. It's online. Very cool acoustic set thing that a lot of musicians do. And she came to the studio with me kind of early days. I spent 3 years making this new album, so she was still a teenager, 16, and we both realized, oh my God, music is it. Music is the thing.
I suppose it was always going to be that way, right? Because she must have been...
Oh, I do like TikTok, yeah.
She must have been brought up when you were, when you were around, when you were doing your stuff last time. So how old was she? Was she on the road with you when she was a bubba?
She was. Oh, yeah, we'd come here. She'd been to Glastonbury twice by the age of 2.
Right.
Yeah, because I had headlined Glastonbury twice by the time I was 24 years old or 25. And I have a photo of her in a tie-dye onesie.
Yeah.
Meeting
nice.
a a fairy, like a...
She was always going to be in the industry,
Exactly.
wasn't she? She was always going to be part of this.
It's kind of weird, yeah. So now she's off doing her own thing in the business. But yeah, we've even like written a couple of tracks together.
The thing is, you go away, but your tracks just live on.
Yeah.
Like, your
Thanks.
fans are still listening to your music. You've got a new generation of fans now as well. I mean, that must feel lovely.
That's insane, yeah. I was at a show in Stockholm last week, and the whole front row was like 16 years old, and I couldn't believe it that, you know, you make things, and I've never really followed trends. I just kind of do what I feel like doing when I'm in the studio and I make music. And so each time, sometimes it's a little risky and kind of like, oh, like I have a whole album in Spanish just randomly.
Really?
After, like loose. I'm like, I want to do Spanish, yeah. But nowadays, I see it's really paid off because it's like if you stay true to yourself, people remember that, and it's kind of it's in the music. You know, you don't have to worry too much.
But you must feel so heartened that those songs, like on the radio last week, but you know, I was playing like an old Nelly song. Because it's like, and you know, and I'll play it, and people just haven't heard this for ages.
Yeah, I know.
And know all the words to it. Do you know what I mean? It's like
That's so
for that to
beautiful.
stand the test of time is lovely.
Actually, on TikTok,
It doesn't happen for everyone.
You know what? I know it's weird, and there's so many remixes nowadays. Like I love remix culture
Yeah.
and nostalgia because like people can find your tunes in like very unlikely ways. There was this man, I think he was from the UK, he was on TikTok once, and he said he had discovered, this just sounds so like blasphemy, but he discovered Tupac through a SoundCloud remix of one of my songs, which I think is ridiculous.
Oh, amazing. That
But
is
it was
mental,
so
isn't it?
like cute because he
Yeah.
was so innocent, and he was
Really young.
probably 60 years old. But like, and you know, like you said, like yeah, you never know what's going to happen.
Absolutely.
And
Well,
I
let's
love
take a look
that
at some
about
new
now.
stuff. Let's take a look at the new single, which is Love Bite.
2 years, I've been back out on stages and just like, yeah, it's been great.
We are so happy to have you back. You look incredible.
Thank you. So do you.
And we're looking forward to seeing you on the weekend. And let's talk about this new single. It's called Love Bites, and it's out now. Go buy it.
Yeah, it's out. It's fun. Let's dance. Let's go. Keep dancing. Keep dancing.
And can we do a TikTok, please?
Oh my
for our
God, I would
show?
love to do a TikTok.
Let's do a
It's
TikTok.
my favourite.
You
Get our
two.
TikTok.
You know, living with you.
Yes. Let's do it.
Nelly's new single, Love Bites, is out now. Thank you so much.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
me.
Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning. Yes!
Oh,
Queen!
Queen. Oh, it takes you back, doesn't it? Down memory
takes
lane.
you
It's
back,
so
and
lovely.
then at the end, just as a little took us forward, because
Yeah.
that's the final track, the new one.
Yes,
Is this your
excellent.
first ever solo?
Solo. It is. People say, oh, have you not done stuff before? And I've never released anything into the charts as a solo artist.
What?
So my
no.
first single, Edge of Us, is out today.
Can I just say, Natasha,
Congratulations.
Tune.
Tune, babe.
It's an absolute tune.
Edge of
Banger.
Us, out now.
How
Wonderful.
proud are you that you've got to this moment in your life? I mean, I feel like it should have been sooner. This is just my own personal opinion.
Yeah, oh.
How are you feeling?
Life takes over. You know, I've raised a big family. I've
Right.
got 5 kids. I kind of fell out of love with music along the way, and then found my way back. And I'm just glad I stuck with it because I think it would always have been a big regret if I didn't do it. There was always a bit of an itch that needed scratching with music.
Yeah.
When you say you fell out of love with music, how and why? How did that happen? Was it just that life took over, or were you just sort of a bit done with the industry?
Yeah, a bit traumatised. You know, I had 5 really intense years with Atomic Kitten, and when that came to an end, it was really abrupt. I wasn't too well at the time, and you were in this bubble for 5 years, and then everyone just disappears, and you're like, where's my friends? Where's all the people that I've been with for 5 years? And it was really relearning life all over again, and I'm finding new friends and where you fit in life. It was
that
hard.
a time where you realised who your real friends actually was?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people have come and gone on the friendship level. But I've got some, you know, hardcore friends that are still there now, and they're amazing, and they've got my back no matter what.
So going back to, like, early doors, remind us how did it come about, and when did you realise it went big? Because it went very big for you quite quickly, didn't it, with Atomic?
Worldwide big.
Yeah, well, Whole again was the turning point. So I was 16 when I signed my record deal.
No.
Yeah.
And what were you like? Were you just auditioning at the time, or were you like?
Yeah, well, there was an advert in the Liverpool Echo looking for girls with attitude. Hello. Hi.
In what's Natasha?
But my mum saw it and phoned up, and I came back from college. I was in Performing Arts College, and she said, "Oh, I've got you an audition for a girl band." And back then, I was doing loads of auditions.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, great. And then I turned up on the Friday to this recording studio, and Andy McCluskey, who was the lead singer from OMD, was there because he put the band together.
Right.
Kerry and Liz were already in the band, and they were looking for the third member. And they kept me there all day. I ended up recording vocals on Right Now, which ended up being Atomic Kitten's first single. And some of my vocals on the actual single were from the audition.
No!
Yeah. It went really
unbelievable.
well for me. And it was 2 years until Whole Again came out, but that was the turning point.
Totally.
Straight away when
the thing is, like on T4 and I was doing the Bigger Breakfast and stuff, you would get girl bands and boy bands coming in, and, you know, I don't want to disrespect any of them, but you would see them coming, and you could tell quite early like, how they got on, how big they were going to be.
Really?
In terms of what the record company maybe believed in them or where the talent was. So it took a lot to punch through then, I think, didn't it? Because the marketplace was so flooded.
But we were hungry, you know, we were just 3 normal working-class girls just with this opportunity in our hands, and we definitely ran with it.
You worked so hard, didn't you?
did.
I mean, you went all over.
We
You went
did.
to Asia.
We did, we went everywhere.
Did you go on, like, private jets and all that sort of stuff?
We did.
Oh, my
But the best thing about the private jet was actually taking our mums, because I remember once myself and Liz took our mums over to Cannes. Darling, you know, as you do.
French Riviera.
Yeah, and they were in the back eating the posh canapes and sipping champagne, you know, living the high life. And, you know,
But they're the moments you remember, right?
Yeah, I remember
the stuff
that.
you can do for your family.
Yeah, you're never going to really get another chance to do stuff like that.
Actually, tell us about the whole Kylie tie-in here when you were with the kittens. So did Kylie... And did you have Can't Get You Out of My Head, or it was kind of the two of you? And then Kylie ended up doing backing vocals on one of your songs.
So I Can't Get You Out of My Head was put out there, like, who wants it?
Yeah.
And
Is that how it worked?
yeah, back in the day, so the A&Rs, the head of your label, would get the song, and our A&R had it, and so did Kylie's, and she pipped us, which I'm, you know, obviously...
Kylie.
She's an icon.
It's Kylie!
Come on,
Yeah.
it's Kylie.
Yeah, and then she also submitted a song for one of our albums that we ended up recording called Feels So Good, and her
To give this a crack, like, what was it? Did you sit down and start writing with a team, or what was
I think it was
the moment?
lockdown for me, because when everything was taken away, it was, what do I actually want to do?
Yeah.
And it was always music, so I got back in, well, I was doing virtual studio sessions back then, and then fast forward maybe a year or 2, I met my new manager, Kem, who's here today, love you, and he just saw the love and the passion that I had. He got me in with new writers, my producers, Inc. and Gabby, love you. We sat down and we created some fantastic, like, dance, pop vibe
And it's
music,
so-
and now we've got The Edge of Us.
Well, tell us about what's it all about, The Edge of Us? Is this like a breakup of a relationship when you're on the edge of saying, do one?
1,000,000%. I think a lot of people can relate to being in a relationship that doesn't serve you no more, but the thought of walking away is terrifying. And in the song, I'm saying, like, enough is enough. Like, I'm done. And it's having that strength to say, this isn't for me, this isn't good for me, so I'm off.
Can I just say, the flat lipstick, you're killing it. You look amazing in that video.
You know, when I was filming this scene, my kids arrived with my husband, and they were literally like, Mum, is that
Who are you?
Yeah.
Is that you?
I think you'll find that was my makeup artist who did that. That was Mikey.
Oh, I love
He did
his
that
work.
makeup.
Very talented.
He's very talented. We're so
Listen.
excited for you.
And I'm actually releasing this through my own record label. I've gone totally independent. Like, I'm in charge. I am the boss. Like, Morpho Music Group has been born this year.
Yes.
And I just feel like I did it a certain way that I don't want to do, and I want to be in control of
Now
everything.
it's the Tash Ham way.
Yes.
What's going on? Natasha Hamilton, thank you so much. Natasha's new song, The Edge of Us, is out now.
Coming up.
Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning. Now, it's estimated that in the UK, more than half of us develop a heart condition in our lifetime.
whilst keeping active can reduce your risk. Anyone can find themselves with a heart problem and in need of life-saving assistance.
Yeah, as former professional footballers Graham Souness and Glenn Hoddle never expected the Hearts to let them down, but that's exactly what happened, and they're here now to share their stories with us. Morning to both of you.
Morning.
Morning.
So good to see you.
I mean, two sport. I mean, I could just. I'm excited that you two are on the sofa.
Legends.
Did you two play against each other that often?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. Is that why you're sat quite far apart?
Let me get my bruises out. I'll just show you my bruises. Let me tell you, there's a guy coming on later that broke 7 of his ribs. I tried many times to break his ribs. I never achieved that.
But you two are so iconic. Like, so this week I went to go and see Boys on the Back stuff, at the National Theatre, and you get a mention because you're for you.
I starred in it for 15 seconds.
You did, I remember it.
Shall I just go through some of the things that they've done? Graham, let's start with you. You captained Liverpool FC, made 176 league appearances, won 5 First Division titles, 3 European Cup trophies, and you captained your national team of Scotland. Amazing. Glenn? You made 490 appearances with Tottenham Hotspurs, where you won back-to-back FA Cup titles in 1981, 1982, and went on to represent England 53 times, including 2 World Cups, and would cap your England career at teams manager between 1996 and 1999. Wow. What careers?
What careers? But also, you keep in great shape after you retire, and yet we are here talking about your hearts. So, Graham, let's start with you, because I never forget when I heard you had a bypass, because you were so young, and it was the first time we'd really heard about a fit sportsman having like heart issues.
I was diagnosed with having 3 arteries that were severely blocked. I'm Scottish. Celtic people unfortunately suffer from coronary artery disease more than any other, certainly in Britain, anyone else. It was a shock to me.
So was this running in the family history?
Yeah, I had 2 uncles died in their 30s. My father had the operation when he was 72. But it was still a shock at 38. You know, I'm 30, I was manager of Liverpool. I was doing everything the players were doing, except playing on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
I actually had the bug of, when I finished playing, I couldn't stay out of a gym. You know, I was going to the gym sometimes three times a day, if not 3, certainly twice a day.
Yeah.
So for me to be diagnosed with that was a shock. And this is a really scary part. For anyone watching this who may run marathons, who play squash or paddle tennis or are really, really fit, go to the gym every day, there could be something going on in your body that you need to get looked at. Family history is a big indicator. High blood pressure, cholesterol levels, they're things you must get checked out. I mean, you have a young lady working here who I spoke to her 2 days about what we're going to say today on what we're going to talk about. Her father runs marathons. He's been diagnosed with a dangerous level of the wrong cholesterol. So you've got to get it checked out, even if you think you're super fit.
Did you feel any when you were?
No.
You didn't know symptoms
no
at all?
signs.
Nothing.
So you just went to the doctor to get a checkup because you knew it was in the.
I was struggling to sleep.
Yeah.
Went for ECG. Nothing to worry about. They said there's a couple of signals that are maybe whatever, it might be something you've got going on in your life. And then I went for an ECG on a treadmill. Yeah. And I think it's called the Bruce Protocol. It's 21 minutes. I got up to about 17 minutes, 18 minutes, which no one does unless you're super, super fit. He said, there's some signals, but the only other thing you could do is have an angiogram with going at the groin. But if it was me, I wouldn't bother. So a month went by, I decided to go for it. And I was diagnosed with having 3 arteries that were blocked and needed operating on.
Glenn, your story's like almost totally different because you're into retirement, keeping fit, and out of nowhere you have cardiac arrest. And cardiac is, like you were just saying in the break, very different to having a heart attack.
I didn't know that at the time, to be honest. I thought a heart attack was a heart attack, but a cardiac arrest is almost like your electrics failing, and a heart attack is your plumbing, if you like. That's what the surgeon told me, to simplify it. But again, like Graham, I had no idea. I think a cardiac arrest is, it doesn't tap you on the shoulder and say, look, I'm coming. I didn't feel anything. So it could happen to anyone here on this floor. I was actually in the BT studios when it happened. I was very, very lucky because you have to, with a cardiac arrest, you have to be there within 3 minutes. If not, doing CPR. If not, you're in big, big trouble. You know, every minute that goes by, you're going to lose 10% of your life. And if it's not done quickly... I mean, the defibrillators are very, very important. Yes, they are. But the CPR is what's needed instantly, and that's what I got from Simon, who's going to join us later.
Yes, let's talk about Simon, because you would not be here if it wasn't for this man. Simon, coming in, because he's a sound engineer, and he was actually working the day that you were there. I think you were doing... weren't you? It was your birthday, first of all.
It was my birthday, so, as I say, what a gift this man gave me.
Oh.
What a gift on my birthday.
You weren't supposed to be working, were you?
To save me life. I wasn't meant to be working. I was meant to be with my kids and my grandchildren, having a little party, you know, on that day.
Yeah.
And last minute, we changed the date. They asked me to go in on the Saturday for some reason. And if my kids had said, no, we can't do it, Dad, we changed the date. We did it on the Friday instead of the Saturday, and I was actually where Simon was.
Simon, you're a familiar face here at ITV. So you were working as a sound engineer then. The miracle for me is you weren't in the catering tent, which is like if you're a sound engineer.
Usually cameras. Usually cameras.
As soon as you go on telly, you're like, you guys are down right. So tell us what you remember from that day. What were you doing?
I mean, I can remember the day vividly, exactly as it happened. We'd just done a live programme. Glenn was one of the guests. Glenn was playing football on the studio floor with Robbie Savage.
As you do.
As you do. We came off air at 12:30. I walked out the sound control room onto the studio floor. Glenn was still kicking a football around with Robbie. Went to kick the football, fell straight back, went into cardiac arrest. 5 minutes earlier, that would have been live on TV.
Do you know that straight away when you saw it because you're trained? Did you know what?
Robbie shouted for help. I ran over to help and quickly realised Glenn was seriously unwell. Did the usual checks. Glenn wasn't breathing. He had no pulse. And I rolled him onto his back, started doing CPR, shouted for an ambulance, a defib.
Wow, well done.
And then London Air ambulance.
By that time, I'm out. I've collapsed and unconscious. The next thing I knew, all this work that Simon did on me, I woke up in the hospital later that night.
Where did you learn how to do CPR, Simon?
So at the time, I was actually a volunteer special constable for Thames Valley Police. So every year we have to do first aid training. And I'd only done my refresher course about 2 months before Glenn had his cardiac arrest.
Unbelievable. I mean, it's one thing to know how to do CPR. It's another to step up and go, right, this is it now. We have to do it. Because every minute counts, doesn't it?
Every minute matters, absolutely. And I don't think people should be afraid of doing CPR because, as we've said many times, if someone's having a cardiac arrest, you're not going to make them any worse.
Yeah, that's true.
And like Graham said, you broke 7 ribs, didn't you?
I broke 7 of Glenn's
I've tried to do that many times. never got near them.
Actually, they're nearly healed up now.
It's just about, you know, taking action.
Yeah.
And if you talk to the ambulance service, they will talk you through how to do CPR.
This is a campaign we're involved in with the British Heart Foundation. The aim is to get 270,000 people to learn how to do CPR. Already we're at 35,000. Yeah. That's after a month. So anyone watching this, please learn to do it. You can imagine the scenario. Don't imagine the scenario that you're maybe with a family member and they go down and you don't know what to do. And that time that you're hesitating, not every minute counts, every second counts.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
You know, his story about getting into him and fiercely going after him with pressure and breaking his ribs, you know, he was dead. He ain't going to hurt him anymore. He was dead. So every second, it's not, we talk about every minute, but every second counts. And you can learn to do this in 15 minutes. Go to Google British Heart Foundation Reviver, and that'll take you through the process. All you need is a cushion to practice on.
Yeah.
And just listen to it carefully, and within 15 minutes, you could be in a position that further down the road, you could possibly save someone's life. It's so important.
There's 30,000 out of hospital cardiac arrests every single year, and currently only 1 in 10 survive. So having early CPR, yes, it's the chain of survival: CPR, defib, ambulance service, hospital. The hospital can't do anything if the patient doesn't make it there.
Yeah. I feel like this should be learnt in schools.
Well, it is, yeah. There was we did a campaign soon after I came out of hospital. It was already on its way, but now it has been passed. And I think schools, because kids remember, don't they? It goes in and stays in.
Definitely.
They might not need it the year after they leave school, but in my word, at some stage, they might be able to. And you save someone's life.
And the British Heart Foundation are pushing this forward with the campaign at Wembley. Yeah. David Gino was there, Tom Lockyer, Glenn, Graham. It's being supported by Sky Bet. They've donated a lot of money. I think the donation so far is like 385,000, which will go towards research. So it's really, really important that everybody learns CPR.
So the British Heart Foundation's Every Minute Matters campaign, you want to train 270,000 people CPR over the next 12 months, right?
There's 5 people have an out-of-hospital cardiac arrest. 5 people every 90 minutes. That's the football match. So when you're watching a football match from the start to the finish, there's going to be 5 people who fall over and they're literally dead unless someone gets on them.
And it's a half-time of 15 minutes where you take you to learn to train.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's all we've done it all around football.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Thank you for joining us. We're so appreciative. And also, we've got the This Morning app. If anyone wants to learn how to train, we've got our doctors
All our
actually going
details are
through,
on there, yeah.
through that as well.
British Art Foundation, Reviver. Go, please do it.
15 minutes.
Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, listen, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
Lovely. Aaron Stevens joining us now. Welcome.
Thanks for having me, guys. It's nice to be here.
Look at this Bristol.
Well, I know, it's the Bristol Mafia, isn't it?
About time.
Yeah, finally.
About time you guys are
taking over TV.
And I said they must have something in the water. Can we just stand up? Because I'm very tall, you're very tall. How tall are you?
6'7".
I'm nearly 5'11", 177 centimetres.
Oh, 5'11", yeah, I remember I must have been about, 12.
Yeah.
When I was 5'11".
Yeah. My parents about this during the break, Josie went, we might be related. And I said, Steve, do you have any Gibsons in your family? He said, no. So you're basing that on just the fact that you're both quite tall?
Tall, yeah.
And from Bristol.
Yeah, because we're tall, aren't we?
Who's got the thicker accent, would you say?
Oh, hang on. Let me shut my eyes.
Hello, my name's Stephen Merchant.
Oh, don't go all taunting on me.
I've got a bit posher.
Hello, my name's Josie.
That sounded like you've never sounded before. So if you say going all Taunton, does that mean going quite posh?
Well, taunt up the motorway a bit. They get a bit posher, don't they, Stephen? Whereabouts in Bristol are you from?
I'm not giving that information.
Oh, right, OK, then, all right. Let's talk about the Outlaws.
This theoretically could be a very different interview. I could leave now for the next 10 minutes. You could just talk.
Do you ever go to the Blue Bowl?
Listen, congratulations on the 3rd series of Outlaws.
Thank you so much.
It's good to see you doing the 3rd series as well.
Yeah, well, I've done a 3rd series of any show before. We've ended things, early.
For people who haven't watched it, what's happened? So where are we and what's happened so far and where do we find your characters?
In series 1, 7 people from Bristol, from different walks of life, not major criminals, did minor crimes, got community service, found a big bag of cash. Series 2, they had to pay back the crime lord whose bag of cash it was.
Yeah.
Series 3, they think they're moving on with their lives. They think they've put that behind them. And then one of the characters shows up with a dead body in the back of a car.
Right.
And they're dragged back into the...
Are they still on community service?
A few of them are still doing community service, yes. All right, come on. Don't pick holes in it. Just enjoy it.
No, it's just a long...
They're just doing 500 hours of community service.
You've got an incredible cast.
Amazing cast.
Jessica Gunning, who's gone absolutely huge at the moment, with Baby Reindeer.
Right.
I mean, what's she like to work with?
She is an absolute joy. She sent in an audition tape and I had absolutely no notes. She was so perfect and she just came and she just cracked it. Every scene, she was brilliant. She just elevated it, always brought something new. And this series, we actually made her one of the writers as well. So she was in the writing team and she wrote the final episode with me. Yeah,
that must be, Stephen, one of the loveliest things in your job is when you, and you've seen it at the office as well, when you see and give young actors a chance, or actors that have just been jobbing actors for a while a chance, and you see them then soar, and then they get other offers off the back of it and do really well. It must be
I'm
one of the
very
most...
proud of them, and then also resentful that I'm not getting a cut of their future earnings. You know,
Sort that out.
If I could have had some of Martin Freeman's Hobbit money, I bet that was pretty good, right?
I think you're doing all right.
Yeah, I'm doing all right,
You should put a Hobbit clause in the contract. I love the... I mean, how you got... I remember Stephen came on a radio show and told me how he got Christopher Walken, because the first series, everyone was... That was the first question, wasn't it? Like, how did you get Christopher Walken?
To Bristol.
And he sold that Christopher Walken... That Bristol was like... Was it San Francisco?
Like San Francisco. Well, it makes sense, because it's quite hilly, and it's sort of got a big suspension bridge. It's on the water. It's quite arty. It is.
It does add up.
San Francisco, right?
Stephen, where did the idea for the Outlaws come from? Is it because your mum was she a prison community officer?
She was involved with community service, but she would like me to emphasise that she was supervising criminals, that she wasn't one of them.
Right.
And, yes, and she used to tell me about the sort of people, the Bristol people that came through the door, and they always just sounded like such an interesting kind of mixed bag of people, some of whom went to my school, and she would sometimes see them. In fact, one of them, who was a right little thief, I saw him in one of Bristol's poshest restaurants when we were filming. I thought, how has he got a reservation? I only got in here because I'm on the telly. And on the way out, I said to the maitre d', I said, you better count the cutlery when that guy leaves. So they're all still around. But yes, she told me about all these different people that did community service, and I just thought it was an interesting backdrop for a show, you know, because I hadn't sort of seen that as a way into a crime thriller.
Had you had that in your psyche
I've had that since
for
I was
a
in
while?
my teenage years. Yeah, I just always thought it was an interesting idea.
It's great that it sort of, germinated away.
Just
and
percolated there. And I think I like the idea of doing a crime story, but it wasn't just directly about criminals or cops. It was relatively ordinary people who get drawn into this crime story.
Because when you did Series 1, it was in the pandemic, wasn't it? So was it tricky to film?
It was a nightmare because we were filming, and obviously I'd promised Walken that I'd show him around Bristol, all the highlights, the Blue Bowl pub, all of them. And obviously I couldn't. He just had to get sent back to his hotel every night, and that's why. But we did eventually manage. I did manage to take him on a little excursion.
Oh, where'd you take him?
Wait for this.
All right.
Stonehenge.
Oh, brilliant.
Me and C. There you are. Look at him. He looks like he's won a competition. And
what was your trip to Stonehenge with Christopher Walken like?
Extraordinary. I mean, it's a highlight of my life.
Does he talk a lot while he's...
No, he's quite a quiet man. He's quite a reflective man, Christopher. And for about an hour, he didn't say anything. And then I wish I could do the impression, but after a while, he just went, apparently, the blue stones have healing properties.
They do.
I thought, wow, this is profound. And then the sun was setting. It was quite mystical.
Yeah.
And then he said to the woman who was showing us around, can I touch the stones? And she was so West Country and so British, she just went, no, can't touch them, no. I thought he's an Oscar winner. No.
Is he good chat? Do you get good stories out of him at lunchtime and stuff? Does he talk about the old days?
He'll definitely talk about stuff, yeah, but he's not a verbose man. He's just he's quite thoughtful, quite meditative, and you'll just sort of chat with him and you'll ask him a question and he'll sort of think about it and give you an answer, and then he'll go quiet. And you'll think, is he thinking or is he buffering? It's like he's like having a Zoom conversation in person. You're like, is he still there? But he's just thinking. He's just a very thoughtful guy. He's just a very reflective guy. I love him. He's amazing.
Yeah. You never touched the stones at all? Because I've been to parties in there.
You haven't?
Yeah. What? Yeah. Don't tell. Don't know. But years ago. I've got to ask, do you wish you'd done The Office for longer?
Do I wish I'd done The Office for longer?
Yeah.
Well, I just think it's interesting now I've done a third series. I think, we could have squeezed out another series.
Yeah.
But at the time, we were young and carefree, and we thought, we'll just... And I think we just felt we'd run out of steam and we didn't have anything else to say. But I think probably we could have kept going. But then, obviously, the American version has proven that, we could well have kept it going.
Oh,
they
God,
did, 9 series or something.
Listen, thanks for joining us, man. Series 3 of The Outlaw starts on Thursday, 9 o'clock on BBC One.
Oh, they say you shouldn't meet your heroes. I'm so glad I've met mine.
Thank you so much. See you down the Blue Bowl.
See you down the Blue Bowl.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead, hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss out, and we'll see you in the morning.
We are joined now by Britain's Got Talent judge, Bruno Tonioli.
Hello, my darling. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on. And what a judge. Honestly, you have livened up that show a bit, ain't you? Come on.
I love it. I just enjoy it. I don't feel like I'm judging. I feel like I'm part of it. Because I've done all of that. We've all done it, auditioned, went back. I'm on their side. And what I find very, very exciting and inspiring is the amount of incredible talent out there. I don't make it up.
Every year.
I mean, it's insane. It really is, because we have no idea what's going on. I turn up and I see something that inspires me, made me cry, or is completely demented, which is part... I'm sorry, am I supposed to say that? But I mean, we get the whole range of the real variety.
So, semi-final, fast approaching. How are you feeling about the live shows?
Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to see, because, we already have more or less of an idea, because we've seen them before. So it's going to be nerve-wracking, because the level of talent is so high.
It's crazy.
And what I'm interested in is to see how they're going to play it.
Yeah.
And who's going to stand out, because we know they're good. They are good.
But also, when you stick live TV into the mix, it's one thing to go out there and have your moment in front of a live audience and just sort of, the one time. What I used to say on X Factor was it's their FA Cup final. They go out and have a great moment. Yeah. It's another thing to be consistently good on live television.
And there is the nerve.
The pressure of that.
Yeah, because, you've done the X Factor, this kind of show. There is this moment in which they stand out. But when you go back, sometimes you can freeze, because you go, oh, my God, this is it. This can really change my life.
Yeah.
And I always say, just don't think about it. Breathe, give, think about the public, think about giving everything you have, but don't get into your head about this, everyone is here, 80 million are going to watch all over the world. You just stick to your performance, stick to your heart.
When you started out, Bruno, did you know that early on when you was a dancer? Did you know straight away, just enjoy it, or was you in that position?
It happens now. I mean, I still have this, you know, before I do a show, I still have... Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, terrible. And I'm like that. I mean, I cast guys, I'm going like... yeah, because I care.
But I like that.
But then instead of making that stop you, allow it to give you the energy to express yourself. And don't worry if you go wrong, if you miss a note. That is not the point. If your performance is true, powerful, and it connects with the audience, you've got it.
Yeah. It was the same on the X Factor. You rarely get the best singer winning the show. You know, you got someone who's an incredible voice, but someone who just
But is the connection? Is the connection? I think technique alone does not make a great performer. Technique is just a tool that allows you to perform. But is the connection? Is people that you see, like when we had Taryn. You know, there were a few. You know, it wasn't absolutely perfect, but she sang with her body.
Yeah.
Her whole being was part of the song.
And, of course, she was one of your golden...
Oh, God, I mean, I had to.
You couldn't let her go.
I mean, she gave you her life. Same with my boys.
Wow, it's unbelievable. The thing is, you're the only one who's broken the rules. You've buzzed twice. You're not supposed to use the buzzer.
Well, I didn't know the rule.
You're not supposed to buzz the buzzer twice, and then you broke the buzzer.
I know, I broke that. But, I mean, I have to be honest. I've asked Simon, I said, well, are there any rules? Because before I...
It's the last question you want to
and he said, I know that, but I keep forgetting. Anyway, they always get me because, you know, I always take everything for face value.
Yeah.
All right, so you do what you want, darling. Well, I did.
Yeah.
They're going to have to make the buzzers Bruno-friendly now, aren't they?
But now they have to reinvent it because it has never broken before. And somehow I did one of my martial arts, and the whole thing collapsed. So now they have to do Bruno-proof.
Yeah. Bruno, it was a lovely moment though, and you know, you got Taryn, you got the Phoenix Boys, and when you gave the Phoenix Boys a buzz, there was quite impassioned speech about being a dancer and how hard it is to being a jobbing dancer.
Yeah,
you know, because people look at it and go, "What a wonderful career."
Yeah, they think about their dancing.
Gig.
Oh yeah, they come and jump about. Dancing is a vocation. It's incredibly hard to succeed. You know, how many times I've auditioned, how many jobs I've been turned down for. And you do it for love. And those kids on that stage gave me really the essence of passion and love for the craft.
Yeah.
You know, it just moved me.
And they take you back to how it used to be.
And it takes you back in situations that, but not just me, or every performer had to go through that process. And I thought, I mean, they were just wonderful, 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 inspirational. You know, they love what they do.
And do you love being a judge now? It must be nice that you know, your career has just taken off. It's wonderful. Do you love being a judge?
Oh, I love being a judge. I mean, it's just again, because I have a connection to all of this, you know, then the great thing about BGT, it allowed me to draw from all my experience out in the industry. Because I've been in, it'll be my 50th year in September.
Stop it.
Since my first job in the theatre. And I've done everything, and I know what it's like. Success hasn't come to be delivered on an envelope.
No.
It took me a very long time, and it is hard work.
Well, listen, Bruno, we appreciate your hard work. It's great to have you here with us as well. Britain's Got Talent continues this Saturday, 7:30 on
can't
ITV.
wait.
ITV.
Oh, I can't wait either.
Bruno. Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning.
Now, 18 years since she first stepped into the den, Deborah Meaden has changed the lives of countless entrepreneurs.
I was in the zone then, because I was going reading this, and I was
that.
like, this is brilliant. This should be on the syllabus.
I know.
Now she's sharing the knowledge that's made her one of the UK's most successful businesswomen. She releases a new book to help younger generation with their finances.
Now, Deborah's here now to tell us all about the brand new book. I know you've done another book before this, haven't you?
I did. So I wrote a book for 6 to 9-year-olds because actually we start forming our money habits as early as 5.
Really?
Is that right?
Absolutely. And that's usually through example. You know, how are your parents spending their money? So I wrote that book, and I sort of sat back and thought, you know, and I did it because I thought it was a book that needed writing, and gave myself about 5 minutes, and then realised that there was a massive gap for the next generation. And they're the ones who are facing into careers. You know, they're the ones who are getting a bit anxious about life. So that's why that's...
Yeah, so what age range would you say this should be for?
Well, it's from 12 to 16, but I do say a lot of years either side, because actually the amount of adults who have said, I didn't know how crypto worked until I read your book, you know, it's... So, so it's whoever thinks will find it helpful.
We were saying this in the break. There's a certain implied knowledge. We think that people, everyone, myself, like, you know, you think you're sort of sold these products and there's a sort of like, well, you know the basic level of this. And that's just great to have it completely explained from the base. I mean, this should be taught at schools.
Yeah, well, you're right. I shouldn't have to write the book. You know, this should be stuff that is known. But it's so true. Things like crypto, they've just entered the vernacular. People talk about them as if we all know how crypto works and all know what Bitcoin is.
I haven't got a clue.
Exactly. And that book starts from the beginning.
Really?
You know,
but even if it's something that, like, you know, because crypto is an option, right? We can choose to... But even something that's definitely going to impact on our lives, whether that's inflation, interest rates...
A mortgage.
The base rate inflation, mortgage... you know, those things are just so important for everyone. Like you said, there's just assumed knowledge that we all know what that means.
Yeah. Well, I remember, and actually I was quite lucky because we did talk a lot about money. We didn't have a lot when I was small, so there was a lot of conversation about money. But you're kind of let out into the world, you know, expected to know stuff that you've never been taught. Why would you?
It's the weirdest thing. And you say that you didn't have much growing up. Do you think that was a plus for you when you look back?
Do you know, this isn't true for everybody because, you know, I was in a safe environment but my mother literally, she, you know, got divorced. I was 18 months old. She had nothing. She didn't take any money at all. She took 2 children. That was it. And the gift in that, it was tough, and it was tough for her. It wasn't tough for us. But the gift in that is that I saw an example of how you know, what you can do to build your life out of that. And I said that's not true for everybody, but I felt it was a bit of a gift for me.
Yeah.
Deborah, how could this be? How could money management be on the school curriculum? Should it be the fact that everyone should be doing economics as a GCSE? Should this be taught? I mean, how do you think tangibly this could be rolled out?
It needs to start very, very young. Money threads through everything we do in life. It shouldn't be taught as a separate subject. It needs to be referred to. Yeah, that's not true. Of course, there are certain aspects of it that, you know, technically you need to know how to understand it. But it needs to be taught from a very, very young age because it's not this separate thing. You're not going to get through life, you know, if you don't understand money, you know.
Yes, that begins at home, though, doesn't it? And it's not necessarily through sitting kids down and talking to them, but it is like your mother did, leading for example.
Absolutely right. But talking to them as well, and we're not good at that. You know, it's called Deborah Meaden Talks. We don't like talking about money. It's weird. You know, we're not really very good at it.
It is weird. Because I don't know why we don't talk about money more and give each other advice. I can remember a piece of advice Rylan always said to me. He said, make sure whenever you get paid, Alison, half it and put it in another account. Because we have to sort our own tax, national insurance and everything. Just half your money, put it in another account.
Brilliant advice, because actually your tax is never going to be half. So you also get a bit of a bonus at the end of it. You pay your tax and instead of thinking, oh, no, I can't pay my tax bill, what you actually think is, I've got some more money.
And you know, in that account, that's my money. I can spend that, but that I can't.
Yeah.
Brilliant. We covered a piece in the news earlier on about kids kind of being incentivised to do chores around the home for a bit of pocket money. And it was largely sort of positive. Do you think it's a good idea?
I do think it's a good idea, but I also think that there's a part... We also need to learn that it's OK to do things for nothing.
Yeah.
You know, there's OK to charge for things. And I talk about this. This isn't a get-rich-quick book.
Yeah.
This is how to have a happy and healthy relationship for money. And part of that is doing things for free. You know, that's rewarding in itself, and knowing what you should help people out with and actually what you can charge for, you know.
And the weirdest thing is, when you do some things for free, it leads on to something. I actually might meet somebody where you get a job, you might meet a new friend. Yeah. It's actually a good thing to do things for free sometimes. I always say to my son, do you know what? Because he says, oh, no, I'm not getting paid for this gig. I go and do it. Because you're getting your skills, you're still doing your skills, you're still doing your DJing. Go and do a freebie. It's fine to do that.
And experience is so valuable.
Yeah,
you know, you'd pay for experience and, you know, giving something for free is a way of getting it. It's brilliant.
Yeah, but you always seem to be, like, the empathetic face of entrepreneurship. So, you know, there's something kind of quite unpalatable sometimes when people are just chasing the profit for profit's sake and to hell with whatever
I saw
gets
the
in the
clip
way.
you showed of me earlier and I didn't look very empathetic, although I did invest in him.
Right. But what I love about you is there's always a kind of a human cost to everything here. And I think, how important is that if you are starting a business? Because, you know, I've just been filming in Ireland and every single place I go about food, every single place I go, people say it's all about people. It's the investment in people.
all about people. Do you know, I was part of a study about leadership, and 10,000 people across the world were interviewed, and the key thing in terms of the difference between leadership and management was empathy.
Wow.
People follow empathetic leaders, you know, because you're tuned into the world, you know when there's something not quite, you know, this isn't quite right here, we need to... It's in your gut.
Yeah, in your gut.
Empathy is really, really important.
Yeah.
It's amazing how few people that are top of their game, like, you know, some people seem to lack that. You know, there's statistic like quite a lot of psychopaths are CEOs.
Well, it's quite dangerous when you get to be a CEO because, of course, you think everybody agrees with you, so you think you're right all of the time. You know, and I always encourage, listen, if we're sitting in a meeting, if we're sitting in a room full of people, I want you to challenge me. I don't care how robust I am. I don't care how much I sound really... I need challenging, you know. And do you know what? If I get out of order, tell me about it.
Yeah,
you know?
I love that.
Brilliant.
Are you doing Dragon's Den again?
We are. We start filming next week.
Oh, brilliant. How exciting.
I know.
The same gang back.
Same gang. And we'll have guests again this year.
Oh, you don't have advisors, because a lot of people say you've got advisors. That's not true, is it?
Absolutely not. No, good heavens, no.
No,
because
you
it's our money.
It's your money,
it's our
so
money.
you decide on that moment.
Absolutely. Although, so we decide on the moment, we make an offer, so that's what would happen in business, in the world out of there, and then we do due diligence outside of the den.
Oh, OK.
So we have, you know, we have a moment to say, look, all that stuff that we heard, we agreed, is it all right?
In principle we're in, but we need to obviously look at the
And what's
T's and
lovely
C's.
in the book, you've got, like, podcast-style interviews. Stephen Bartlett's in there, Joe Lycett. You've got some great people in
Sophie, the wonderful Sophie Ellis-Bextor.
Yeah.
You know, great advice on careers.
But there it is. Deborah Meaden talks money.
Yeah, thanks, Deborah.
Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, listen, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning. He's here on the sofa to tell us more. Congratulations on this new play. How's it going?
It's great. It's great. We've only done 3, but we had 5 weeks in Bath to warm up, so we're ready.
And how was Bath? I love Bath.
It's great. It's great. I live near there, so that's why we did it there. Yeah.
Lovely.
Tell us about the play. So this is a play. It's Arthur Miller.
Yeah.
It's been somewhere. It's been on since 1955. Is that right? So it's been in production like since then, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. It's a great classic play which is done it's done all the time.
Yeah.
And the last big one in London, I think, was Mark Strong in about 7 or 8 years ago. So this is, and I saw it 20 years ago with Michael Gambon, maybe longer than that, and that's why I wanted to do it, really, because it's such a great part. And so, yeah, it's an amazing play, and I don't know what to say about it.
People that don't know, what's the basic outline of the story?
Well, I play a guy called Eddie Carbone. He's a longshoreman who's a dockyard worker in Brooklyn in the 50s in America, and he invites into his house, his small little house, he gets his wife's 2 relatives, cousins from Sicily, and he brings them in, and all hell breaks loose because one of them falls in love with his daughter, or his niece, in fact.
And he's not happy about it, is he, at all?
He's not happy about it, no.
And obviously you have to don a Brooklyn accent. Have you got someone who helps you with that? Have you got a coach?
I do, yeah, I do. I got it on the wire. I do. There's a guy on the wire, as a cop show I did a while ago, amazing actor called Dominic Lombardozzi, who's an Italian...
Great name.
New Yorker, yeah, Lombardozzi. And we're both called Dominic, obviously, and he calls me Dom, and I call him Dom. And so I rang him up and I said, look, Dom, I got to play this Brooklyn, you know, sort of character. Will you help me with the accent? He said, Dom, just whatever you do, don't overdo the accent. And so I'm trying to play it down, but I don't think it's working.
It's so good.
Speaking of playing it down, I love the way you just chucked away the wire like it was a TV show you used to do. It's like one of the best TV shows of all time.
Oh, thanks, Dermot.
Was it easy to affect because it's Baltimore, wasn't it? Was it easy to affect a Baltimore accent? Is that kind of different?
Well, no, Baltimore accent's kind of like sort of hairspray. It's sort of weird accent. It's sort of going down the ocean horn. It's really weird. And so we didn't really do so much Baltimore, but I did a sort of general American and got away with it just about.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what makes you choose a role? Do you have to really, like, empathise with the character? What is it that makes you go, do you know what, I'm going to do that?
Yeah, I think really you spend a lot of time with these characters and really you've got to want to spend time with them, you know. And so when they offered me Prince Charles in The Crown, you know, I thought, am I interested? And I was very interested in that guy. And with this, play. It's a play I've known for a long time. I saw Michael Gambon do it, who was a great hero of mine. And so when the director, Lindsay Posner, who I've worked with before, he texted me, and he texted me occasionally, do you want to do this?
Yeah.
And nothing really bit. And then this did, partly because Michael had just died. And so I was remembering his performance, and I thought I'd love to have a crack at that. And it's
funny how those great playwrights just resonate. It doesn't really matter when they were born. Like Arthur Miller, like you said, this has been on for the best part of 55 years.
Yeah.
And Miller's one of those writers, like Pinter, I guess, it's the work still resonates now. Yeah. What is it about this play, do you think, that has that kind of universal appeal?
Well, I suppose it's a story of a family which still resonates. It's a story about refugees coming in, people putting refugees up. It's
pretty pertinent now, I guess.
Very pertinent, and it's about also. I suppose parenting. My character has parented his dead sister-in-law's daughter, who's his niece, and actually fallen in love with her. That's the problem. And so, and she is a 18-year-old kid who he's worried about going out into the world, and he wants her to meet lots of people and do better than he's done, and as we all do as parents. And I think everyone can relate to that.
Yeah.
And what's it like being in theatre? Compared to all the other amazing shows that we've done, do you enjoy doing theatre?
I love it, yeah.
Yeah.
I love it, yeah. I sort of got a bit tired of screen acting, and this comes along, and I was able to do it at home in Bath, and now we're in the Haymarket, which is the best theatre in the world. It's just, it's where Oscar Wilde premiered all his stuff, and Noel Coward, and it's got amazing history, and it's a beautiful, beautiful
Have you got any rituals at all? Any pre-show rituals you've fallen into?
Well, I do. I mean, I suppose... I remember on The Crown, I had Prince Charles's signet ring, and when that went on, I felt I was him. And with this one, I've got a sort of necklace with a crucifix, and when that's on, I feel I'm Eddie. But other than that, nothing yet.
What is it? Is it just that lovely immediacy of theatre that you just don't get from being a screen actor?
Yeah, and it's a lot of hard work to get the play in and to rehearse it. But once you've done that, you can fly. And I suppose just the audience is what makes the difference.
Yeah.
That relationship with the audience is amazing. Yeah. It's something that's
it's live theatre, isn't it? It's just the best.
Yeah, it is the best. Yeah.
I heard that your other half said that you're not very good at doing upper class. Right? Is this true?
That's what you want to hear when you take on the role of Prince Charles.
Who does she think she is saying that? Who does she think she is?
Well, yeah. She said, "What do you say that for?"
What is she quite? Can she speak really well?
She's quite posh. Yeah.
Oh right, okay. So she knows.
Yeah, she says you're better off playing the working man. So I'm playing the working man.
So let's talk a little bit about Prince Charles. So mid-40s. So it's quite such an interesting time to play Prince Charles, because it's with when Josh O'Connor did such a great job, didn't he? But I guess most of us don't really remember Prince Charles that age, where everyone has a kind of a crystallised version of what Prince Charles was back then. With yours, was it quite? It was obviously an enormous task taking him on anyway, but that period of time must have been even more so.
Yeah, I mean, it was a hugely tumultuous time. It was his divorce, and then of course the death of Diana, and as you say, a lot more people remember that than remembered Charles's youth. So that was. We were extra sensitive about that, and I remember it extremely well. And what was interesting was doing all these stories that I remember appearing in the papers and in the media, and you made a certain judgment about him at the time, which actually, when you look into it and the research that we did, and I found a lot more sympathy for him playing him than I had back in the day.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. It really is. Can we talk about Downton Abbey? Is it coming back, first of all, with you in it?
Yeah, it is. They're making the third film.
What can you tell us? What can you tell us?
Well, I know they're bringing it back, the third film. I play the character I played in the second film, who's a 1930s movie star, which is great. I get to play, nice suits. And I'm at this point, well established in my relationship with Barrow, so we're having a wonderful relationship in Hollywood, and Barrow is my lover and my guy, and and everybody's coming back. And then we've got Paul Giamatti's joining as well.
Great.
Which I'm really
Are they
excited
just an absolute hoot to play? Those
Yeah,
people?
they are.
I mean,
I
it
bet
just
they
looks
are.
like so much fun.
It's escapism,
I mean, for
isn't
God's sake, your name's Guy Dexter. I mean, that's just that's 101 movie star 1930s casting, isn't it? It's like Julian
Great,
Fellows
well,
went,
pen-
what's the Guy Dexter?
I've got a pencil moustache.
Yeah.
It's like Ronald Coleman.
Wasn't you in Spice World as well?
I was.
How did you
Did you
find
see it?
doing that? I did. It's one of my favourite films.
Is it?
Who did you play? The photographer?
Yes.
I remember.
You might not remember him.
The sleazy one.
I wasn't sleazy. I wasn't sleazy at
He
all.
was the sleazy photographer.
I was not.
How would you describe him?
Terrified is what I was. Because they were at the height of their fame, and I was dying to meet them. And
Is that the only reason you did it?
Of course. I couldn't wait to meet them, and they're frightening, you know. I mean, the full force of them. It was like, being a sixth form girl.
Did you wake up in a meeting or something like that, and they were all in there?
Oh, that was embarrassing. Yeah, I'd been to this was years ago, and I'd been to a big weekend in Ibiza, and I just got in, and we were filming, and I thought there was a sofa like this, I'll have a quick kip here before, we shoot. And I woke up in a script meeting, and all the Spice Girls around me, and they were looking at me like this, who's this twit?
Imagine waking
you
up
were
and
like,
Mel
I'm the
B's
sleazy
like...
photographer.
I'm not the sleazy.
Imagine Mel B waking up, what are you doing in here?
I could imagine him being like, what are you doing? Get out of the sofa. Strictly, are you going to do Strictly Come Dancing one day, maybe?
Oh, I'd love to.
Please say you are.
Would you do
I'd
it?
love to.
I think you'd be brilliant. You've got the moves, ain't you?
Yeah, did you see Pride? I did
Oh, yeah,
2
you
minute
could-
dance.
Yeah, you're great in
Why
that.
have they not asked you yet? What's that all
I
about?
don't know, maybe they didn't like
Let's
that.
do an appeal now. Come on, let's get Dominic on Strictly. You'd be brilliant. Who would you want as your partner?
Oh, I don't know.
Any of them.
Tom.
Yeah,
He don't do it no more, does he?
A View from the Bridge, Theatre Royal Haymarket until the 3rd of August. Tickets out now. Dominic, thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
very much.
What a lovely first birthday present you've got. One of my favourite
Thank you.
actors
I did this
coming.
just for you.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Lovely. He put on the whole play just to give me ears.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Your
Dom.
treat is tonight you're coming to the play.
Yeah!
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning.
Billy and the Epic Escape.
Yep.
The sequel
Yep.
to the first book. Tell us a bit about this.
Oh, my goodness. OK, so this was never meant to be.
Yeah.
I never intended to do this. Book one was basically 14 stories that I... basically, because I've always struggled reading and writing, funny enough. I've always written my cookbooks on a dictaphone.
Yeah.
I used to put Petal and Buddy to bed, and when they got to about 8, their reading got better than mine.
Yeah.
And they go, no, Daddy, don't read, do one from your head. So then I wasn't very consistent about my narratives and stories, so I started to record them. So that's book one.
Right.
So it took 4 years to write.
And so they were just books, they were stories that you made up for the kids?
Yeah, and just off the top of my head. And, of course, when I put them together as a book, I had to sort of get serious about writing, and it took me 4 years. Puffin published me, which was an honour and a responsibility, and it's more nerve-wracking than a cookbook, I swear. This is the hardest work I've ever done editorially. Because right, as a dyslexic kid that did very badly at school, words and writing were my enemy. And as per all of my life, I've had to find different ways to get around problems and solutions. And I think that if you knew the kid at 17 that left school, or 16, and then I'm the second most published author in the country. And I don't say that to be bullshit. It's like, if you saw that, then anything is possible. Sure. So in the book, I mean, it's kind of like the idea is the Goonies, set in 2024, harking back at 1980s. You've got a magical world where there's lots of kind of sort of thoughts about where we might be in 100 years' time with food and nature and environment. But these 5 friends that all have tricky troubles to get over certain things. So it's about friendship and, as parents, values, the wholesome stuff that you want to say to your kids, but they never believe you because you're their mum and dad.
Because I started reading this one to James, and then we got to the bit where he was dissecting the mole.
Yes.
And then I suddenly started to read, and you've got these amazing audiobooks of it as well. So I've stopped, so we can start from one, because the audiobooks, it features you, it features Jules, Dexter Fletcher, Jason Fleming.
Yeah.
Alfie Bose is the giant in
Alfie
this
Bose
one.
is singing as one of the giants. Mark Strong's in it. We've got incredible musicians like Tamzine and Benny Miles, who is a rapper. We've got incredible actors in there. But for me, as a dyslexic kid, the audiobook was first. And one of the things I had to teach myself was not to write a script, to write a book. And because I was seeing everything. So that was one of my struggles. But the audiobook, I wanted kids like me, I didn't read my first narrative book until I was like mid-30s. And I don't say that because I'm proud. It's just that I couldn't pull it off. I couldn't commit. I was asleep. The words are racing. So the audiobook for me was about how do you make it immersive? We were inventing sound effects, composing music, trying to, like, there's not much money in it for people, so please, can you be in the audiobook? Like, just try and make it. But, like, having, even my wife plays Abuna, Mama Abuna, who's a very non-glamorous, hairy, warty, feisty fellow, so she was pleased with that role. But,
the kids involved as well.
Do you know what, River, the first bit in the audiobook, you're going to laugh, but River is a natural.
Aww.
He's got the most expressive voice. And I'm sure we'll end up somewhere in the arts doing something.
Were you directing, or did you get someone else directing?
I did direct them because I didn't have a choice. But normally, like with my son Buddy, I can't direct him because I'm his dad, and he's not having it.
He's not having it at all.
No.
But it's so interesting how you put so much importance on the audiobook because of the dyslexia.
Yeah.
And I was listening to an interview that you did, I can't even remember what it was on now, but you talked about it and you said one time you'd had a 10-year-old little boy come up to you and said, do you ever feel like you're worth nothing?
Worthless.
And he had dyslexia.
Dyslexia. And I think, you know, never... Now,
it really upset me.
No, me too. And like with school dinners campaigns that I've done, you know, I've been through 15 education secretaries in sort of 17, 18 years. And I think if you've got a child, or if you were that child that struggled and you didn't fit into conventional learning, I can see you're getting emotional.
Yeah, it makes me so sad to feel that.
And last year, when I promoted the first book, I got emotional out of nowhere. And as a nearly 50-year-old adult, I'm like, what is going... I didn't expect that. But I think it's about when you're a kid, you want to fit in. And for me, you want school to be where anyone can flourish. And I think there's a lot of work to be done to make every child feel like they can contribute.
He also said, come back to me when you're 16 and I'll give you a job if you need one.
Yeah.
That's what I loved. But at the end of the story...
Well, I found food. Food saved me. Food saved that kid. And he hadn't found his thing yet. And of course, many of us don't find our thing until later life.
So when you, as you say, you're the second most sort of printed author in the UK, and usually it's cookery books. When you get feedback from kids on your novels, your children's books, does that sort of resonate a bit stronger?
It's everything. Because I did my first kids' book signing, and a kid had read half of it in the hour-long queue. So he's like a genius. And I'm like, so that was amazing, and gave me like marks out of 10 by the time he got home on Twitter. But actually what I did, inspired by that, was they're the audience, right? So I had 4 kid editors that I send manuscript to.
Oh, really?
To give me notes on. And they were sort of saying more gadgets here, like, you know, more bodily functions here, like, you know, like we love this character, can we have more of that? So, you know, I think as a dyslexic and as someone that struggled at school, I am very much a sponge for everyone's opinion, and my job is to curate and edit that comes back. And even now, like, I just did an air fryer show, right? I would never have said that, but my job is to serve the need. And if 50% of people have got an air fryer, then I've got to do an air fryer show, so whether I like it or not. So I think, like, feedback's really useful. And I think in cookbooks I don't feel vulnerable, but here I do. That's interesting. And I quite like that feeling of being
yourself out there.
Yeah, definitely.
You mentioned not being able to direct Buddy. Buddy's following in your footsteps now, though.
Sort of, yeah. He likes to cook.
He's cooking. He's got his channel. He's doing. Yeah. Has he got a book coming out as well?
Yeah, he's got cooking buddies. Yeah, he's literally. He was a child here. Like, he's like 10. We started when he was 8, and now he's sort of like heading towards, you know, 5'10". Rugby, and like, you know, basically he sort of knows that he started. He's like, this is not cool, Dad. He goes, I'm going to get bullied, and I'm like, you won't, but I've seen the show. He's definitely going to get bullied. Like, so the show's about swaps. So a kid comes in every show, and they do a hobby swap, and he teaches them a recipe, and it's nice. It's really about the other kids and the things that they love. But yeah, I'm sure he'll thank me for that when he's 20. Maybe not.
Well, it depends where it goes, doesn't it? That's the lovely thing. I mean, because you and Jules, I mean, it's a big year for us. We're all the same age. You're a bit younger than us.
Tiny.
We're hitting our 50s at the end of this year, and you're, I think, the start of next year. That's quite a moment, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I feel more passionate now than ever that how kids interact around food is really powerful for their long-term health, mentally, physically. We're still some of the most unhealthy kids in Europe. We still need to, you know, get school food sorted out. We need a government. We've got an election coming up. I was actually having a meeting with Keir Starmer tomorrow morning, but that's cancelled now. He's up to Scotland. But, you know, that was to talk about where are you placing child health? You know, how are we going to look at child health? And if you want a healthy country, healthy economy, if you want to save the NHS, you have to put kids first. And without getting into any of that, I'm completely apolitical. No governments in the past have put child health first on any manifesto. So this is going to be a really interesting couple of months.
It's an interesting couple of months and a couple of days.
I wish you'd go and stand outside on a lectern with the pouring rain and just take over it.
It would be a tasty place. Yeah, no.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Billy and the Epic Escape is out now. I can't wait for the audiobook. I'm going to go back to one.
Oh, hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning. It's so visceral, Vicky. Like trying to, as we were talking about this, trying to understand what's real, what's not real, what's going to happen, what's happened. I mean, it's
is it real? Is it not?
It's like a day and night thing, isn't it? In the daytime, you feel like you're in a sort of normal drama. There's lots going on, and then the night hits, and then it gets freaky.
It's almost a bit kind of, you don't, Gone Girl, Girl on a Train. There's like all different narratives running through it, and you don't know which one is true.
Yeah, and you know, there's 2 episodes out today, so you can drop first 2 eps. But after that, it really does ramp up. And I don't want to spoil anything, obviously, for anyone, but there's so many strands. You know, the entire family, all the characters that you'll meet in Insomnia, they've all got a story. So as much as there's, you know, lots of the insomnia playing out throughout the show, it's very characterful. Sarah Pimbra's writing is incredible, and she's gone for it, you know, with this story. So.
There is something about insomnia, though. I think our sleep is such a key thing. I mean, I used to work next door, so we were always all obsessed with sleep because you're waking up so early.
Yeah, of course.
But it's a topic of discussion with everybody. How do you get on? How did you sleep last night? What do you do to sleep? You know, and being deprived of sleep is such a sort of a brutal experience to go through as well.
Yeah, I mean, insomnia is one thing, having a bad night's sleep is another.
Yes.
You know, some people really suffer with it, and they can go days and days and weeks, you know, where they're just having this broken sleep all the time. I've thankfully never really had that, but I have, even last night. I was like, I can't sleep. What's going on? And then I was up at 4, up at 5, up at 6. I thought, right, I'm going to make a cup of tea. And then I was trying to get back to sleep. And you're going, no, just forget it now. It's over. You know, you've just got to get up and get on with the day. But it can be disruptive, you know.
And you actually exec this show as well. So in some ways, that's brilliant. But then in other ways, it must be really tricky wearing all those different hats as well and being like, let's order pizza for everybody now.
Yeah, they're the thing. I mean, you know, just keeping a happy team is important to me in all aspects. I think, you know, that's always been in my nature, whatever job I'm doing. You just go, I want everyone to be happy.
Yeah,
and, you know, once you get to a place where you get these sort of credits of being an exec, I want to use it for as, you know, a good thing, really. But also just being able to, you know, have my hand in the script and the casting and things like that. But there's a massive team. I mean, you know, they know that my main job is to put the performance down. So, it's all
Are you
on
quite
me.
fiddly as an exec, though? Do you go on and have to... I don't like the cushions. Can we get different cushions? Have you changed any colours yet?
No. But I will do now. I didn't know that was a thing.
When I exec that, the only thing is like, we've got to lose those cushions. They're not quite right. That's my job done. Walk away.
I've got to shout out to the Insomnia crew and team. It was such a creative and beautiful collaboration from everybody. You know, the actors, the kids as well. We've got some incredible kids in it with Smiley in India. And, you know, I was just blessed. And so everyone was just doing their jobs brilliantly. There was very little for me to sort of input there.
Emma's quite a different character for you too, isn't she? It must be quite nice to play someone very different.
There's no uniform.
No uniform.
Yeah, felt
great eyebrows.
Mama too, you know, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, no, it was definitely different. No acronyms, no procedures, slightly less comfortable footwear on this one. But it was great. And, you know, as actors, you just want a bit of variety. But for me, it will always be down to the script. Often, if it's something that I think, oh, would I watch that? Do I think I can enhance what's already there and, you know, give something to the script? So, yeah, I opened it and just went, because we were getting married, me and Johnny.
I was about to... You put your wedding off?
Well, we didn't put it off. It went ahead.
Moved
we
it.
just never really got round to doing a honeymoon. So I was like, oh, well, we can have a week off, get married, and then I've got to go back to work. And, you know, Johnny's in the industry, he gets it, but, yeah.
Very understanding. Better eyebrows as well, you've said.
Yeah, oh, my gosh. Apparently, you might have a picture of what my eyebrows were, but they were quite shocking.
We got some. They said,
There we go.
oh crikey!
I mean, come on.
What?
That's the 90s, guys. That's what happens. I had amazing eyebrows, big, bushy eyebrows, and then I just remember somebody at school saying, like, you've got big, you know, something was said, and I just went home and plucked them to smithereens. And now, thankfully, insomnia made me sort of, like, up my game. I've got my nails done, I've got my brows done.
It's quite nice being a girl sometimes.
I'm having a go, you know, see how I go with it.
It's what you need for all this daytime raving you're doing as well.
Oh, yes.
Because if you didn't have enough stuff going on, you and Johnny have set up Day Fever?
Day Fever. It is taking over the country. I mean, it's everywhere. We've sold out in, I think it's 13 cities across the country. And it's a daytime disco for people over 30, playing all the hits. And that's the vibe. It's letting go, letting loose, and you're home in time for tea.
You're home in time for tea? It's just for a couple of hours during the afternoon?
It's 2 till 8. 3 till 8, sorry, 3 till 8. So, yeah, and trust me, you do 20,000 steps. So it's my gym.
It's a good way of exercising too.
Yeah, I mean, it's great for lots of reasons, yeah.
Seeing the party there, I didn't know this until we knew you were coming on. We were doing our research and stuff. You worked with Madonna.
Yes, I did.
I didn't know that.
Was it one of your first jobs?
Yeah.
It was...
You were still in an office, or you weren't?
Yeah, I was still in the office. I was still working at the office. I didn't have an agent at the time. I'd done This Is England, the film.
Right.
And then Stephen Graham rang me and said, because he was in it as well.
Of course.
Yeah, and he said, oh, Madonna wants you in her film. And I sort of, like, put the phone down, like, all right, whatever. And then I got a phone call from her team, and, yeah, it was a real thing.
And and what was that experience like?
Surreal. I mean, you know, that... Oh, look at that outfit that I chose. Can we just acknowledge
It's
what
amazing.
I did a full shot. You'll see the baggy brown boots as well. But anyway, that's what I arrived to Berlin in. It was just surreal, you know. I went to see Madonna last year in concert. I've always been a fan. Yeah. So it was, you know...
Have you stayed in touch, though, Vicky? Did you stay in touch?
We did after, for a bit. I went to a couple of her birthday parties, which felt, you know, very sort of special and surreal.
Yeah.
But, yeah, she's a busy woman.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Amazing, amazing. Now, can we ask, of course, about Line of Duty?
Oh, yeah.
Because maybe, forget H, maybe get Madonna into Line of Duty. She could be the new
oh, my
something
word,
or other.
That would be epic.
Have you seen the boys recently?
Yeah, saw Adi this week. He's prepping for Kiss Me Kate. He's going to be brilliant. He's, you know, going to be singing and dancing on stage. I can't wait. Saw Martin at Day Fever in Glasgow.
Oh, he came along,
He
did he?
did a bit of crowd surfing for us. He likes to party.
There's always going to be rumours. There's always going to be expectations. Have you all agreed that you'd be up for it and ready to go when Jed gets himself together?
I mean, look, we've all said we love the show. We would want to go again, obviously, but there's nothing to talk about. So it's really disappointing in terms of, like, no news. Right. You know what I mean?
No news, but is that good news that there's no news? Because it's not a definite no.
I'm just going to get this cushion and just put it over my face.
We just love to speculate about it, don't we? That's the problem when you get involved with such a massive hit show that we just can't get enough of.
We're so lucky and we love the show and we can't tell you how grateful we are. You know, I never would have expected to be in something that has that kind of support from the audience. So it is amazing. But, yeah, I would hate to start a rumour and, you know, God knows what headlines they will
Please do.
put
Feel
out there.
free. We love a bit of that.
Well, thank you for joining us today. So Insomnia is out tonight, episodes 1 and 2 on Paramount+.
Yeah.
And then the rest will come...
And then they'll come weekly. Yeah, so we're back into that territory, old school.
It's really annoying. I just want to binge it all.
You can't. You've got to wait for it. You're on tenterhooks.
Yeah.
Thank
you so much for coming in. So good to see you.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.